your arms up. Don't be raising your hands like you confused about the rules before you take your exam. Like your left hand's on the Bible before taking a stand. Words is the inspiration for the creation of man.
Ladies and gentlemen, glad y'all waited. Thanks, but I need your attention. We're finally headed in the right direction to get it. Ain't no better time than the present. Ladies and gentlemen, glad y'all waited. Thanks, but I need
Footwork. Alright, this is the dancing part that is probably the most crucial and the easiest to miss as a beginner, because most people as beginners, they want to focus on power moves like head spins, windmills, all the showy stuff, poses, like the stuff that impresses people. That's usually why a lot of dancers end up dancing in the first place. So, the dancing is pretty much your character. You're going to use your hands a lot as far as like variations to basically create the story. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to the store or we're at the movies or I'm fighting some kind of war. It's more like you're expressing yourself through the music, and you do different postures to kind of basically let people know about your inner character through the dance. So, alright, okay. So, I'm going to demonstrate. So, as you can hear, the music is already going, okay? It's going to be really low right now when you're viewing this, but no matter what song you're dancing to, there's always a stopping point, which would be the clap of the song. So as long as you're moving on the clap, each and every time you put an extension out, or each and every time you rotate to put your feet down, then it helps that much more to emphasize your dance, because it's called rhythm. Okay, right? So don't focus on names of moves. Right? I'm gonna say that from the get-go right now, because if you overly focus on it, it's only going to make it harder for you to actually understand how to create moves. And you're going to be stuck in this little box. So just pay attention to your body and look at your feet when you start. And practice, you're going to basically vary between looking at your feet and looking at your body to looking out. Because the more you practice, the more you get the moves. Okay? Alright, so the main emphasis of like your footwork is every time you put a foot out, right, you're always applying pressure to the ground. So you're moving on the ball of your feet. If you move flat-footed, you have to put too much pressure in order to actually be able to make that fast. And if you're trying to go fast, flat-footed, you're not going to do too well. So we're going to start with the balls of our feet. We'll focus on the feet here, right? Just start like this, okay? If you want to get your feet ready, try a bouncing motion to get the feel of what you're trying to focus on, okay? So we're going to start off with side by sides. So out, 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 out. Right leg, left leg. Right leg, left leg. So there's a different variation to that move. But we're just going to keep it at that one for now, alright? So right leg out, push, come back to the middle. Left leg out, push, come back to the middle. Okay? So, and pretty much the way that the majority of moves with dance work is like you got to think about it kind of like geometry. Like, it's like the 360 degrees in the circle. So you're at one and you're trying to basically touch the other 359. So, like, on a smaller scale, you got north, south, east, west, right? Okay? And if you do something out to the west, you can also do it out to the south. You can also do it to the north. You can also do it to the east. Probably I'm a director's mess up right now. I think this is west and this is east. But anyways. So we're going to start off with some basic footwork. It doesn't matter how you end up creating your footwork. Just basically put emphasis into your movement. So we're going to start left by left. Left, right, left, right. Every time you put your feet down, I'm applying pressure, pushing off the ground in order to be able to put emphasis on the moves that I'm trying to create. And the easiest thing to do is make sure you're centered. So you notice how my posture isn't straight up. Because the straighter you are, the harder of a time you're gonna have to be able to use your legs like consistently. So if you're just doing one move, like just stepping back or stepping forward, it won't be as bad. But you're gonna have to drop your hips a little bit, and it's like you're dropping your hips, and the emphasis comes to your knees. So when you step down, you can basically be able to get to the move more. Especially the taller you are, the more you're gonna want to pay attention to this. But if you're shorter, like it doesn't really matter about the height. It's like more about like how long your legs are. Like that's where you're really want to focus on how you put your legs, because that's what's gonna really make the difference on when you can get moves or not. Basically being able to like transition your body. So we're going left, right, pressure, pressure. We're coming down here, right? We're on the ball of the foot, applying pressure behind the knee, which is barely bent, right? And you're pushing off, coming back to the middle, and then coming here, right? So no matter where you go, make sure that you're always applying pressure, right? And the easiest way to actually explain pressure is basically, because you can put pressure out there, and even if you're straight and your knees are bent, your hips are there, like there's not going to be as much emphasis whenever you try to go faster. You're going to have a harder time moving if you're not putting your weight into it. So as of putting your weight, it makes it that much better. All right, so we're going to go over this one more time as far as a back to a demonstration.
When the family never see you sweat, these might roll up. But when they roll up, yeah, I mean, if it's so up, yeah, I mean, when it's so baby up, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, ain't too much, I ain't dead. A gangsta with a massive big, I ain't dead. On the streets, so the white like I ain't dead. And then you turn the threat and you upon the time, speed. And put the test away, but niggas say, well, I ain't with it.